Hello and welcome to this video on BIDMAS. In this video I'm going to go through what BIDMAS is, what it stands for, and I'm going to go through some examples and questions to help you understand. So let's get started. So BIDMAS is a way to remember the order that you need to carry out all the different components of an equation to make sure that you get the correct answer. And this is the order: brackets, indices, division, multiplication, addition and subtraction. So in an equation, if you see brackets, that should be the first thing that you solve, and then so on. A thing to remember is that division and multiplication are equal, so I'm just going to group those together, and the same with addition and subtraction. And this just means that division and multiplication must happen before any addition and subtraction in an equation. I'm going to go through some examples that will hopefully make that a bit clearer. Okay, so this is our first example. We have 5 times 2 in brackets plus 3 squared minus 1. So remembering our BIDMAS, we need to look for brackets, and we have a bracket right there. So we need to do 5 times 2, which equals 10. Now we need to look for indices, and this is an indice. So we need to do 3 squared, so plus 9. And then minus 1. So that will give us 19 minus 1, which will give us 18, and that will be our final answer. So now we've got another example. So again, look for brackets, and we have 2 brackets right here. So we need to do 6 minus 4, which equals 2, times by 2 times 3, which is 6. And here we have an indice, so that needs to be the next thing we do. So we need to do 6 squared. So we're doing 2 times 6 squared, which is 36. And that would give us 72. And that is our final answer. So this next question is taken from a GCSE past paper. It's a foundation paper, and in this exam, this question would have been 3 marks. So I'm going to go through and make sure that we'd be able to get all 3 marks for this question. So first thing we need to look for is brackets, and we have a bracket there of 16 minus 4 times 3, and we need to apply BIDMAS to the numbers in this bracket actually, because if you remember, multiplication comes before subtraction, so we need to do 16 minus the product of 4 times 3, which is 12. And that will give us 4. And then we need to look for indices, and we can see that the answer of that bracket needs to be squared, so we need to do 4 squared, which equals 16. And then we've got square root of 144, and the answer is 12, but we need to remember that the square root of a positive number can be a minus number as well, because minus 12 times minus 12 would also give positive 144. So we need to do 2 calculations. We need to do plus 12 minus 16 and minus 12 minus 16, which will give us minus 4 and minus 28. And those are the 2 answers for this question to be able to get full marks. So next we've got another example which is very similar to the last one. It's also from a GCSE foundation paper, so feel free to pause the video, go through it yourself and see if you get it right, and if not, you can always see where you went wrong. So let's get started. Again, the first thing we need to look for is brackets, and here we have a bracket of 2 times 2 plus 3. We need to remember that we need to do multiplication before addition, so we need to do 4, which is 2 times 2, plus 3, to give us 7. And then if we look for indices, that product of the bracket needs to be squared, so that is 7 squared, which is 49. And then now we've got to go back and look at this, so we've got square root of 75 plus 5 squared, which is 25. So that's given us the square roots of 100. And if you remember from before, the square root of a positive can be a negative number as well. So this answer could be positive or negative 10, as negative 10 times negative 10 gives 100. So we need to give two answers. So we need to do positive 10 plus 49 and negative 10 plus 49 to give us 59 and 39. And those are the two answers that you will need to give to get 3 marks for this question. And that's the end of the video. Thank you for watching and I hope you enjoyed.